it's no secret Ronald Jones isn't a third down back. He's not a good pass protector. He's not a good receiver. Um, it signals that he'd be more of an early down back, I think, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire would be not necessarily exactly what he was later in the year into the playoffs, but the guy who comes in, runs angrily, is more of a threat in the passing game, possibly. I think it says equal amounts about both of them, meaning both Ronald Jones and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This move speaks to both of those things and people. Jones has a very specific skill set. He's a guy that's going to run in between the tackles. He's going to get going downhill. He's going to bounce off people. He's going to run hard. He's not going to catch a ton of passes. He's not going to protect Patrick Mahomes much. Edwards-Helaire definitely not a pass protector either. So that kind of gives me a little pause in regards to, I think they might still need to add a piece. With that said, Edwards-Helaire, the receiving potential still there. It's never been a huge aspect of his game as a Chief. He also hasn't been able to stay healthy. So I think it means Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still going to keep getting the split. He's never going to be a featured back. I'm sorry, guys. It's just how it's going to be. The Chiefs objectively flunked that first round pick. That's how it is going to be. But he can still be a productive player, and that's okay. The Chiefs know that. They brought in Ronald Jones for some insulation, some competition. I think that it's all about diversifying their abilities offensively now. And I think now they can win in a couple different ways running the football. And Ronald Jones has a very specific way they can win.
Yeah. And I think Rojo definitely compliments CH as well, as far as like he's not a pass catcher, but CH could be. You just have to see the Chiefs use him. And I really hope they use Ronald Jones in a certain way. And that way is there was a thing with the Bucks where defenses would key in when Jones was in the game because it was almost always a run. And I think the way to deploy Jones for the Chiefs is we've seen the NFL go to these Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan type offenses with a ton of play action and boot and under center stuff. I really want the Chiefs to start incorporating some of that into their first and second down looks and using Rojo as that play action running back. Because getting him running downhill, he looks incredible running downhill. He's fluid. He bursts through holes like a one-cut runner, makes people miss, sheds off tacklers, looks great. So if you, let's say with this offensive line, that's probably going to look really good. Now, if you pair that with some play action off it, deep shots to MVS or whatever first round wide receiver they might bring in, and then that's your first, second down like plan out of under more center. That's a change from what they've done with Mahomes. That's an evolution of the offense, and that's another thing people have to defend that makes Mahomes' life easier. And it fits well with what they already have on the offensive line. So that's how I hope they deploy him. I think they will deploy him like that, but I just don't know with Andy because it's the run game, and he's never really been one to really like feature the run game. I'm curious how that will look. I do think CH will probably get more of an expanded role in the pass game. It kind of is required when you have Rojo and just him on the roster right now. They might add somebody. It might be a rookie. They might bring back Darrell Williams. Darrell Williams, by the way, would fit in really well with these two because he pass protects well and he catches well. So hard to say. Really will depend on who they add. I think they'll add one more body and we'll just see who it is.
Yeah, I think, again, it's about winning in different ways. They can do that now. They have a guy who incentive laden contract, presumably. I still haven't looked at the specifics if they're even out in terms of what he has to do.
$5 million, whatever that means.
Yeah. So whatever he has to do to get that, I doubt he gets all of it. If he does, that means Clyde Edwards-Helaire either got hurt or Ronald Jones had a really good season. I think he can be productive in Kansas City. I'm not expecting 1,000 scrimmage yards or anything like that, which, I mean, Darrell Williams had it a year ago, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire was also injured for an extended period of time. I think he's going to be effective. I think Derek Gore is still there. I mean, he's an option as depth or practice squad elevation, demotion, whatever. I don't know about Darrell Williams. You're totally right. They could bring him back. I don't know what his status is going to be. I agree he fits in. Like, that would be a good trio. I just don't know where he's going to end up. So if he goes elsewhere, do they bring in a rookie? Where do they take that rookie? We've drafted Kenneth Walker relatively early in one of our mocks. I don't think that's
Kenneth
the play,
Walker's a
especially
lot
with
like
Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones.
Yes, Kenneth Walker is a damn good running back. I like him. I think the move's solid. I mean, neither one of
I
us
have
are
no
big running back
complaints.
people, but it does make sense to bring him in.
I mean, I do want to see what the incentives are, but it's max 5 million. It's like I personally don't really get too mad about anything under like 5 million.
Yeah.
Like these small contracts, it's like, yeah, sure. They could have signed somebody else, but there's obviously reasons they're not. And they brought in somebody who you can see helping the team. It's not big money. It's not a long-term investment. There's no reason to be upset. So I think he'll do well this year. I'm just curious how they'll deploy him.